kind of lightning strike going on right now across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We've had a lot of times every 15 minutes we're getting about 100 lightning strikes from Fayetteville south into Fort Smith. But where do we go from here? We wanted to hop on and give you an update on where the rain is falling right now, where it's going to fall the next couple of hours. But then we're taking a look at this line. When is this thing going to move north and east and start to impact northwest Arkansas and the River Valley? Because these things are moving about 45 miles per hour towards the north and east, and you track that, that's coming into western Arkansas here within this evening. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm getting our systems ready. We're going to be having an update here for the next couple of minutes in between our 5 o'clock newscast and our 6 o'clock newscast. Darren Bob's getting a lot of new stuff ready, and I'm keeping you guys updated on the weather. So I'm getting these things ready. Just to kind of talk about the storm system as I get things ready on the laptop here for a moment. We have a confirmed tornado right now with this storm in North Texas. It's coming very close to about the Gainesville area, so we're a little bit north of Denton if you're familiar with the Dallas metro area. So this is north of Denton. Gainesville is about here, but we've got a rain-wrapped tornado right now moving eastbound and northeast, and eventually this line is going to make it in Arkansas. Is it going to be as severe once it gets here? We'll talk about that coming up, but we appreciate you guys joining us this evening. We've picked up a lot of heavy rain so far, and we still have the whole night to go. We're getting a good band right now from the mountains and into northwest Arkansas. We're also getting some in Logan County and Johnson County. Kind of got a break right now going on in Van Buren and Fort Smith. So let's get this thing ready. Hope you guys have had a good Monday so far. Man, we had such a nice weekend, right? We're watching severe. Tracking heavy rain. And if you guys have the 5 News app, you're about to get a quick push. It's hard for talking right at the same time. In Texas. Tonight, tap for... All right. Check off a couple things, and let's get going. All right. Sorry about the wait there. Okay. What's going on with this whole setup is I kind of cut it off here, but the center of low pressure, the center of this storm is back towards West Texas. We've got a lot of warm, humid air back towards the south and west. In Arkansas, it's wet, but the dew points are kind of on the low side still. We started off really dry this morning. You guys might have noticed it as you were headed out the door, but eventually that heavy rain was able to come in. But we are not getting severe weather because temperatures are just kind of too cold. However, they're so cold upstairs that we've got little hailstones higher up into the atmosphere. Most of the times, by the time they fall to the ground, they're completely melted, so we're really not seeing the hail here on the ground. But higher up in the cloud, we've got little hailstones, and so those are creating a lot of lightning strikes. We've had every 15 minutes about 100 lightning strikes. We've had 2 main bands of rain come in so far this evening, but we're really watching this next line because we're starting to wrap things up. Yes, we've got the heavy rain right now, and it's pouring right now in Benton County and Washington County. We'll zoom in a little bit closer in a moment, but I have everything zoomed out so we can talk a little bit more about what's coming. There's kind of 2 pockets to watch. This line of storms is the most potent. Once again, we have that confirmed tornado. I'm still checking off the screen. We've got a very tight rotation coming in, next to Gainesville, which is just north of Denton, Texas, north of the Dallas metro area. This line will move eastbound, moving about 45 miles per hour. So it's probably going to be crossing the state line close to Fort Smith and Van Buren around 10 o'clock. Of course, these storms kind of speed up, they slow down, so we'll watch that all tonight. However, because we've got 2 different atmospheres going on, these storms will be impacted. So we've got warmer air towards the south, great conditions for those storms, bad for us, but from the storm's perspective, they've got a lot of ingredients to work with. On the north side of this warm front, we're a lot cooler. We don't have as much energy in the atmosphere. We've got enough to get some rain. And also, what's going on is we've got higher up in the atmosphere, looks like we've got a new tornado warning coming right into the Dallas area. We've got a west wind higher up in the atmosphere where planes fly, but then it kind of wraps towards the north right over us. Why are we talking about that? Well, what happens is as that wind starts to wrap towards the north, it actually kind of squeezes everything and really wrings out the rain. And so we don't turn things as much severe as that north wind starts to come in, or actually it's coming straight from the south. What am I doing? Coming straight from the south, you start to wring that out. So you get in that south to north wind, wringing out the thunderstorms, not as severe, but a lot of heavy rain. So I think once this line comes in later tonight, close to 10 o'clock for Fort Smith, it's either in Fayetteville, maybe closer to 11 or so. Once again, give or take on these times. We're probably going to be talking about a lot of heavy rain. There may still be some gusty winds, but I think that line will weaken quite a bit. Ahead of that, we're also watching here towards northeast Texas, some heavy rain. This is a little bit north of Waco. Some lightning strikes with this one too. This may come in first, maybe closer to 9 o'clock, but then about 10 o'clock for this line coming in later this evening. All right, let's talk about what's going on right now. This is just taking a look at lightning strikes and the rain. Here in this red box, over the past 15 minutes, we've had over 100 lightning strikes. The positive strikes are the really strong ones. A lot of times those are the ones that go from the cloud to the ground that you actually see, and then a lot of the other ones are just kind of in the cloud, staying up there. You see a flash, but sometimes you don't actually see the bolt. But we've got a lot of heavy rain from about, Natural Dam, Crawford County. We're in Uniontown, Cedarville, getting very heavy rain at the moment. All this is pushing eastbound. We've got a lot of pockets of some good fallen rain from Fayetteville north into Springdale, Rogers, and Bentonville. We're getting soaked right now in Carroll County, south into Madison County, Huntsville. We've been getting a lot of heavy rain. And then back towards the east, we've had these main lines come through, but then we keep developing these showers from Paris right into Clarksville. We picked up a lot of rain so far. Coming up on your 5 News at 6, I'll have a chance to go over some of the rainfall totals, and we'll talk about those at 6. So if you want to get those totals, I'll have a couple of them coming up here shortly on 5 News itself. But then more heavy rain coming in right now to Adair County. We're picking it up near Westville. This thing is going to head right into parts of the Siloam Springs area here shortly. Zooming into northwest, we'll kind of do a tour from north to south. The good thing is that these are not severe, just good rainmakers. It's kind of difficult at times in some of these pockets as we're traveling on I-49 and US 71, but heavy rain right on the north side of Fayetteville into Johnson, and you head east into Sonora, Goshen, getting some of that heavy rain. Springdale, we've got a good pocket right over us. You head westbound to about Taneytown. It's a little bit lighter at the moment, but you look south and more rain's going to be coming in. We've got more rain about to hit Highway 62 from Farmington right into Prairie Grove and Lincoln. That rain continues to fall. In Huntsville, man, we're getting a good downpour right over us too. We've had some lightning strikes in town as well. In the River Valley, it's kind of a night and day difference. You head north of Fort Smith, we still have that heavy rain as it's heading into the Boston Mountains, heading higher into the terrain. We also have some of those downpours in Logan County and Johnson County, Ozark, Franklin County. We're getting some of that rain too, but we've really dried out temporarily. In fact, in Leflore County, there's barely a shower at all. Same story in Sebastian County and Scott County. We've really dried up. But you just saw that radar when it was backed up a little bit. It's still not really backed up enough. We've got a lot more heavy rain towards the south. So you may get a break. That'd be good. But then more rain will start to come in. We've been watching some of these downpours as they coming in, just talking about their rainfall rates too. When you see that yellow to red color, we're getting rainfall rates over 1 inch per hour. That's a pretty good rate. We've got that right now right in Cedarville. Man, it's coming down for us in Uniontown, Cedarville, headed northbound into the Boston Mountains. We've had some good rainfall rates in and around Huntsville and just east of Subiaco. I mean, some of these cells are coming right into Knoxville and Lamar on the east side of Clarksville. Very heavy rain coming in for us too, and then a lot drier south of Fort Smith. Next couple of hours, we're just going to continue the rain on and off. You'll get some dry pockets, and then it'll come right back in. But we're really expecting that line coming in from North Texas to come in right around 10 o'clock. So you want to tune in tonight at 5 News at 10. We'll have the radar. We'll be watching that line. You'll be the first to know how strong those storms are coming in. They've weakened a lot. We'll have all those updates for you tonight. And but after that line, I think we'll start to kind of wind things down. Overnight tonight, there'll be some scattered showers, but then the heavy rain should be pretty much over. Right now we're in the 50s. That's really helping us out with that line in North Texas. Once it comes here, I mean, they're in the 60s and 70s down south. Once those storms arrive here, I think they'll weaken quite a bit. So that's the good news. Hopefully they weaken all the way. So there's just a lot of heavy rain, but we'll track it all night for you guys. Once again, keep your eye out around 10. That's when we're kind of thinking that line will start to come in. In the River Valley, we've had a mix of temperatures. We finally cooled off in Clarksville. Before some of that heavy rain came in, we were in the 60s. Now we're at 55. We've been in the 50s for the past several hours from Fort Smith, south and west of Pirate Country and Poteau, and we should probably stay in the 50s for the next while or so. Here's a look at Futurecast. Here's right around 10 to 11 o'clock, that line finally coming in from just north of Dallas. A lot lighter, probably. I mean, you still see the red. It's going to be heavy rain. We know there's still going to be a lot of heavy rain, but at least the structure of this line should be weakening quite a bit. There could still be some gusty winds on the leading edge, and there could even be some tiny, tiny hail. It's really cold upstairs. It's really, really easy to form some of these mini hailstones. Most of the time, by the time they fall and hit the ground, they melt. I mean, they're already small in the first place, and then as they're falling in the atmosphere, other raindrops kind of hit them and try to slowly melt them, and then temperatures in the 50s. I mean, you're well above freezing. So those hailstones start to really melt, and then we just get some good raindrops coming out. Tomorrow morning, as we're headed out the door, taking the kiddos to school, I think everything is soaked. but at least the rain probably won't be falling nearly as heavily as it has been this afternoon. There could be a stray shower, but I think tomorrow morning there may even be a quick break of sun, but a lot of us will still have mostly cloudy skies. We'll start in the 50s. Watch out for a stray shower. We should still have that southerly wind, so we may get to the 60s tomorrow afternoon with, a quick shower passing by here or there. And then this whole thing kind of wraps up. We're still kind of cloudy the next couple of days, and there may be a misty shower for Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be hard for us to kind of kick this thing out until about Friday. Friday, the sun comes back. We warm back up this weekend. Got another great weekend. I guess put all the rain kind of in the middle of the week, and then the weekend looks nice for us. But how much rain are we talking about? I think here in western Arkansas, a lot of us trying to get, and a lot of this is actually going beyond what we've already picked up. So a lot of us may be trying to get another ½ inch tonight, maybe up to another full inch, but I think closer to about a ½ inch additionally. When you total everything together, a lot of us will be near that 1 inch mark. Big difference though, once you head towards central Arkansas near Little Rock, and then eastbound towards Jonesboro and Memphis, El Dorado. As you head just eastbound on I-40, eventually some of us will probably pick up 3 inches of rain. A lot of heavy rain is going to be coming in later tonight for eastern Arkansas. And then as we're wrapping things up, everyone's been talking about it. Snow chances. We technically have them. Move this out of the way so you can kind of see everything. As we're wrapping things up Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, we'll have a lot of low clouds. There'll be some mist, but temperatures are going to get very close to 32 degrees. What does that mean? Well, sometimes that mist may have a couple kernels of some snowflakes mixing in at times. Is it going to accumulate? I personally don't think so. Of course, still a couple days out. We'll be monitoring this forecast. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple mailboxes had kind of like a little icy patch or two on top, or maybe even your car if it's parked outside. But accumulation-wise, seeing just a bunch of white stuff on the ground, I don't think we'll see that. But a little bit of frozen precipitation with some of that mist coming in. A low chance for the mountains and in northwest Arkansas. I think it would be a little bit too warm in the River Valley. We'll have to see. But otherwise, we have a couple of rain chances the next few days. Scattered showers tomorrow, not nearly as heavy as they've been in today. In fact, we'll have a lot of dry pockets, I think, tomorrow. And then the sun comes back out Friday into this weekend. The weekend looks nice. We've had a lot of nice weekends the past couple of weekends, and we've got another one on tap. I mean, we'll head to the 70s. So spring, man, it's off to a crazy start. We've got some kind of winterish weather coming in with 40s on Wednesday. It's going to be chilly with the mist, the clouds. Then we do warm right back up as we head towards the weekend. But right now I'm still tracking good rotation in North Texas. We're going to be watching this line. I'm going to wrap things up because we got to start our newscast in just a moment or two. I wanted to hop on and give you kind of a behind-the-scenes update. I only get about 3 minutes to talk about the weather on TV, so I want to show you this line. We've got 2 tornado warnings at the moment, several severe thunderstorm warnings. This thing is going to be arriving towards western Arkansas close to 9, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. We're going to be on it live at 10 o'clock. We'll be letting you know what we're expecting, but this line should weaken. But right now, confirmed tornado going on in North Texas. We'll keep you advised through the rest of the evening.